Teddy's investigation becomes a journey into his own psyche, and DiCaprio's raw performance makes you feel every ounce of his pain. The film also touches on post-World War II anxieties, with references to the Holocaust and the Cold War adding historical weight. But it's not all heavy. It's a thriller at heart, with enough suspense and mystery to keep you hooked. The cast, again, is a huge reason to watch. DiCaprio spent months preparing for Teddy, diving into research about PTSD and 1950s detective culture. He said in interviews that this was one of his toughest roles, both emotionally and physically, given the intense scenes and harsh filming conditions. Ruffalo, fresh off The Kids Are All Right, brings a quiet strength to Chuck, balancing DiCaprio's intensity. Ben Kingsley, with his calm yet unnerving presence, makes Dr. Cawley a character you can't quite pin down. And the supporting players, like Michelle Williams' heartbreaking turn as Dolores or Jackie Earle Haley's chilling cameo, add layers of depth. Every actor feels like they're in on the movie's secrets, which makes their performances all the more compelling. The film's legacy is worth noting too. Shutter Island wasn't just a box office win. It sparked endless debates among fans about its meaning and structure. It's one of those movies that gets better with rewatches, as you notice subtle clues and visual motifs. It's also a testament to Scorsese's versatility. He can do mob movies, historical epics, and now psychological thrillers with equal mastery. The film's influence can be seen in later works like Gone Girl or Hereditary, which borrow its blend of suspense and psychological depth. So, we've already covered a gripping setup. U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels, Leonardo DiCaprio, and his partner Chuck All, Mark Ruffalo, investigating a mysterious disappearance at Ashcliffe Hospital, a psychiatric facility on a remote island in 1954. We talk about Scorsese's genius, the stellar cast, and the haunting production design that makes the island feel like a character in itself. But there's so much more to unpack: behind-the-scenes stories, thematic depth, cultural impact, and little nuggets that'll make you appreciate the film even more. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the creative process behind Shutter Island, because this movie wasn't just thrown together. It was a labor of love. Martin Scorsese first read Dennis Lehane's novel in 2003, shortly after it was published, and was hooked by its blend of noir, gothic horror, and psychological complexity. He said in interviews that he saw it as a chance to pay homage to the films he grew up watching. Think Hitchcock's Spellbound or Val Lewton's Cat People, where atmosphere and suggestion are everything. Scorsese worked closely with Leonardo DiCaprio, who was equally passionate about the project, to bring the story to life. DiCaprio, who also produced a film through his Appian Way Productions, has called Shutter Island one of his most personal projects, as it allowed him to explore themes of grief and mental struggle through Teddy's journey. The collaboration between Scorsese and DiCaprio is electric. You can feel their trust in every scene, especially in how DiCaprio fully embodies Teddy's unraveling psyche. The script, penned by Leda Kalogridis, was a massive undertaking. Adapting a novel as intricate as Shutter Island meant balancing the book's internal monologues with cinematic action. Kalogridis, who had previously written for Alexander and later worked on Terminator Genisys, spent months dissecting Lehane's novel, consulting with Scorsese to ensure the film captured its claustrophobic tension. Lehane himself was involved in the process, offering insights into the story's 1950s setting and the historical context of mental health treatment. He said in interviews that he was thrilled with Scorsese's vision, especially how the film leaned into the gothic elements of the novel, like the stormy island and the looming hospital. The script went through several drafts to get the pacing just right, ensuring the mystery unfolds gradually while keeping viewers hooked. Let's talk more about the production, because the logistics of making Shutter Island were no joke. With an $80 million budget, the team had the resources to create something epic, but they also faced challenges. Filming took place from March to July 2008, primarily in Massachusetts, with some interior shots done in New York. The weather was a major player. New England's unpredictable storms added authenticity, but also chaos to the shoot. The hurricane scenes, which are some of the most intense in the film, were shot during real storms at Wilson Mountain Reservation in Dedham, Massachusetts. The crew had to battle wind, rain, and mud to capture those shots, and DiCaprio has said he was soaked to the bone for days. The production team also used practical effects for much of the film's action, like the cliff scenes where Teddy navigates treacherous rocks. Those were real stunts, with safety harnesses carefully hidden to maintain the illusion of danger.